Welcome, beautiful, to the Creating Change podcast with Emma Bradford. Creating change to fall back in love with ourselves and life. Each episode, I'll be offering insightful stories, concepts, and practical takeaways to inspire your day, reconnecting to the authentic essence within. Are you ready, lovely, to embrace yourself even more and awaken to the magic life has to offer? Let's dive into today's episode. Hello and welcome to Creating Change with Emma Bradford. Thank you so much for listening. It's wonderful to have you here joining me for today's topic. A simple topic, something that can completely radically change our life and our stress levels. Now, with today's world becoming more and more intense with all the different things that are going on the planet, as a collective, we're experiencing huge shifts and changes. There's a lot of chaos arising from that as the shadow rises up to the surface from the human collective. Sometimes this can feel really overwhelming. It can feel painful. It can feel too much. And when we're witnessing all of that, sometimes our own daily life tasks and activities can feel too much as we're just feeling so much. We are bombarded with all of this news, bombarded with all of this noise and chaos. It's so important that we find moments of quiet time, moments of stillness, moments to simply be. Now, one way that can make this a lot easier, aside from finding those moments of stillness, is to simplify. Simplify our life as much as we possibly can, to create space in our day as much as we possibly can. I talked about this with a client a while back, and we labeled it as if it was taking little mini retreats, little moments throughout the day. A moment to close the eyes and take a big inhale and exhale. A moment to stretch, move the body. A little mini retreat right there. Little moments where we can simply tune in into our internal world, reset our mind, reset our body, come back to the present. Now, if we're rushing around with lots of to-do lists and activities, and then we hear all of these stressful and painful news stories, no wonder we feel overwhelmed. Many people feel overwhelmed, and I get many messages from people reaching out with increased states of anxiety and panic. By creating space and looking through all the different areas in our life, relationships, friendships, family connections, leisure activities, work activities, daily tasks and chores, all these different things, we can notice, okay, what's really important? What's important and necessary? And what can I let go of? Noticing what relationships, what friendships, what connections are really nourishing, and which ones are draining, which ones are perhaps the ones to let go of, to close a chapter, which activities are necessary and important. And the playful and joyful activities are also important. So it's noticing like what's important for your well-being. What's important for your well-being in terms of activities that nourish your health, your vitality, activities that nourish your daily life. How can you create space in your agenda? So if you look at everything that you have throughout your day-to-day life. And this can vary from person to person. Some people have 9-to-5 jobs, other people work for themselves, other people are caring for others, whether there can be a mix of different scenarios and situations. And also many people have different responsibilities. Sometimes there are responsibilities that are important and are necessary and that do take up a lot of time. So how can we create space in amongst all of the things that are necessary and important with the responsibilities that we have, and also for our health and well-being? Noticing what feels good, what doesn't, what's the limit, and what goes beyond your limit. How can you honor that limit? So you can break this down into specific areas. If you want to create space within your work, you can look at how you can do that. If you're working for someone else, then that will look a little different compared to if you're working for yourself. If you're working for another company, perhaps creating space in the 9-to-5 job for someone else is remembering to take a few deep breaths every now and again. Having a couple of moments to get a glass of water, take a break from any computer screens if you're working with computers. Find little moments how to create space for you. If you're working for yourself, how can you create space with that? What tasks are you filling up your time with that are not necessary, that are not important? Do you really need to hold on to everything? What can you let go of? And by letting that go, will help create space, will help free up time and energy. So look at all areas of your life: work, relationships, activities, household chores, all those different things. Yes, many things are important and necessary, and perhaps we don't really want to do them. But just noticing how wonderful it is to really be mindful about what we can do to honor our health and well-being and our life, and let go of anything that's not important. So it's a short episode today, simply just a reminder to question. Have a look at all areas of life. What's important? What's necessary? What can I let go of? What's holding me back? What's stressing me out? How can I create space? How can I create little moments, little reset moments in your day-to-day life? I'd love to hear your feedback on this and notice what changes as you start to implement some of these things into your life, even if it is simply just taking an inhale and exhale. And if you think, oh, that's all very well, but I'll forget after a while, why not use technology? Technology can be useful. So on your mobile phone, I'm sure there's the option to set a little reminder or notification, and you can pop that on your phone at random times throughout the day, and it could simply just be a little word reminding you, breathe, breathe, come back to the breath, come back to that moment of creating space, that inhale and exhale. And when you do that, notice the pause in between the inhale and exhale. Create space in your life, and notice how everything starts to simplify. Everything starts to become a little easier, a little more manageable. So I'll leave it there, wishing you so much love, and thank you for listening. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, beautiful. You're amazing. All resources and links can be found on my website, www.emmabradford.net. Link is in the show description. Do come and join my community and share your takeaways from this episode. I'd really love to hear. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, I wonder, what magic will you experience in life today?